The fastest way to fail in gardening is to overcomplicate it. A lot of beginners end up giving up because they think gardening requires expensive tools, complex knowledge, or even professional training. But honestly, the truth is different. With just a few practical methods, you can create a thriving garden that produces fresh vegetables, herbs, and fruits, all without a lot of stress. Whether you've got a small backyard, a balcony, or just a few containers, you really can grow more food than you imagine by applying simple, productive gardening solutions that actually work. Always start with the right soil foundation. Healthy plants, well, they start with healthy soil. If your soil is compacted, sandy, or lacking in nutrients, your plants will struggle no matter how much you water or fertilize them. The best way to fix this is by enriching your soil with organic matter. Compost made from kitchen scraps, like vegetable peels, fruit waste, and coffee grounds, can really transform poor soil into a nutrient-rich growing bed. Just mix at least 1 bucket of compost with every square meter of garden soil and turn it in deeply before planting. Now, for gardeners dealing with stubbornly infertile soils, you can prepare a simple liquid compost tea. Just take 1 kilogram of well-decomposed compost, place it in a cloth sack, and soak it in 10 liters of water for about 24 to 48 hours. Give the mixture a stir now and then. Once it's ready, dilute it by half, so that's 5 liters of compost tea with 5 liters of clean water, and apply it directly at the base of your plants. This solution feeds the soil microbes and gives your plants a nutrient boost almost instantly. It's a good idea to embrace raised beds for better yields. Honestly, one of the most productive setups for beginners is a raised garden bed. By lifting the soil above ground level and confining it within a wooden, metal, or brick frame, you create a growing zone that's loose, fertile, and easy to manage. Raised beds drain well, warm up faster in spring, and reduce weeds. Most importantly, they let you control the quality of the soil inside. Now, a raised bed should be about 1 meter wide, so you can easily reach the center from either side without having to step on the soil. You'll want to fill it with a mix of half compost and half topsoil for the best results. This combo really ensures your plants get both the structure and nutrients they need. With raised beds, crops like tomatoes, leafy greens, carrots, and peppers, well, they just thrive with very little effort compared to planting directly in the ground. Use companion planting to save space and boost growth. If you're limited in space or, just want to maximize your harvest, companion planting is definitely the way forward. This method involves growing plants that benefit each other side by side. For instance, basil planted next to tomatoes improves their flavor and helps repel pests. Corn, beans, and squash, the famous three sisters, grow in harmony, with corn providing support for beans fixing nitrogen into the soil, and squash spreading along the ground to suppress weeds. For beginners, try pairing lettuce with radishes. Lettuce grows slowly while radishes mature quickly, so you harvest the radishes before the lettuce spreads out. This method ensures you are always harvesting something while making the best use of limited space. Master the art of watering correctly. Overwatering is one of the most common mistakes new gardeners make. Plants do not need water every day unless the weather is extremely hot and dry. Instead, focus on watering deeply but less often. This encourages roots to grow deeper, making plants stronger and more drought-resistant. The best time to water is early morning or late afternoon when the sun is not too strong. Aim the water at the base of the plant, not the leaves, because wet leaves encourage diseases. For leafy vegetables, a simple rule is to give them about 2.5 centimeters of water per week. If you want precision, place an empty can in the garden and water until it collects that much. You can also make a homemade liquid fertilizer to combine watering with feeding. Just mix 1 liter of fresh cow manure with 5 liters of water and let it ferment in a covered bucket for 5 to 7 days. Once it develops a strong smell, you'll want to dilute it further. 1 part of this liquid fertilizer with 3 parts of clean water, and then apply it directly at the roots about once every 2 weeks. Grow easy crops first for guaranteed success. Honestly, starting with crops that are simple to grow and require little attention is the best way to build confidence. Leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and lettuce are fast growers that reward you within weeks. Herbs like basil, parsley, and coriander are also forgiving and thrive in containers. Tomatoes, zucchini, and beans are beginner-friendly vegetables that provide generous harvests once established. The secret, really, is to choose varieties suited to your local climate and growing season. Always read seed packets or, just ask at a local garden store about the best options for your area. Planting easy crops first gives you a sense of achievement and, the motivation to expand your garden. Keep pests away without harsh chemicals. A productive garden can quickly lose its value if pests take over. Beginners often reach for chemical sprays, but these harm beneficial insects and, honestly, degrade soil health. Natural pest control methods are safer and just as effective. Neem oil is a powerful organic pesticide. Mix 30 milliliters of neem oil with 1 liter of water and a few drops of mild liquid soap to help it stick to the leaves. Spray this solution in the evening on both sides of the leaves. It controls common pests such as aphids, whiteflies, and caterpillars without harming pollinators like bees. Another simple method is garlic spray. You just blend 5 garlic cloves with 1 liter of water, strain it, and spray directly on your plants. This strong scent, really repels insects and helps keep your crops safe. Practice crop rotation to keep soil healthy. Growing the same crop in the same place year after year, it leads to nutrient depletion and pest buildup. To avoid this, rotate your crops. Just divide your garden into sections and move plant families each season. For example, after harvesting beans which fix nitrogen, plant leafy greens in that section to benefit from the improved soil. The following season, you can grow root crops like carrots or onions there. Crop rotation keeps soil balanced, reduces the spread of diseases, and ensures long-term productivity, even in small gardens. Mulch to save water and suppress weeds. Mulching is one of the simplest but most powerful gardening solutions. By covering the soil with a layer of straw, dry leaves, or grass clippings, you lock in moisture, reduce evaporation, and keep the soil cool. Mulch also prevents weeds from competing with your crops and, over time, breaks down to add organic matter to the soil. Apply a 5 to 8 centimeter layer of mulch around your plants, but avoid piling it directly against the stems. This keeps your garden low maintenance and highly productive. Harvest frequently to encourage more growth. A lot of beginners, they wait too long before harvesting, thinking that bigger is always better. But the truth is, harvesting regularly actually keeps plants producing more. For example, picking beans while they're still young encourages the plant to grow new pods. The same goes for leafy greens. Snip outer leaves frequently, and the plant will continue to produce new ones for weeks. Timely harvesting not only improves yield, but also ensures you enjoy crops at their most tender and flavorful stage. Final thoughts. Starting a garden as a beginner does not have to be overwhelming. By focusing on soil health, raised beds, companion planting, proper watering, natural pest control, crop rotation, mulching, and timely harvesting, you set yourself up for consistent and satisfying results. Gardening is not about perfection, but progress, and every small success leads to greater confidence and productivity. If you found these gardening solutions helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Growth Hub Central Crops on YouTube for more practical tips. Share this guide with fellow gardeners so we can all grow healthier, more productive gardens together.